I could make a whole highlight reel of you just blowing by guys. What's it like for you knowing that most guys who are standing in front of you can't keep up with your first step? How do you use that to your advantage?
I think it helps a lot. I mean, having people on the court, you got E-Man, you got Milo, those are 40% shooters. So you gotta worry about a lot of people. But also, I think just the way the angle is really. I mean, if you see me off the ball, I'm catching it on the go. So I know my speed and everything like that. And I think it's just using angles to get to the rim. So really just focusing on that. I've been pretty good at it a lot of my life, so yeah.
I think you just brought up an interesting point because that's one of the nuances of the game that people don't talk about as far as angles. How did you develop that part of your game?
I think honestly, I grew more, grew a little bit in college. I grew a little bit, freshman year I went to there, I think I was 5'11". So I think being a super smaller guard, to get to your spots, you gotta have better angles. So obviously using my speed, my quickness to an advantage and getting to spots, using my leverage to bump people. Because I mean, I'm strong, but obviously I'm not the strongest person on the court. So using my speed and leverage to bump people in certain situations. And then just angles, slowing down, speeding up, like you saw in that one. So just using those all to get to the rim anyway.
So looking at some of these plays here, walk me through some of these, right? Because you mentioned some of the angles here, your stop, start, your tempo. What do you remember about maybe some of these plays here?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's go to one of them. Here, I know Kansas was blasting us, so I was trying to get downhill, get in transition. Coach talked to me about getting in transition. Here, AJ's a long defender. He blocked one of my pull-ups here, I think, on this right wing. So getting here, and then a lot of the year I use that off-foot, offhand layup. We call it, in high school, we call it a Nash. Steve Nash used to always do it. And just, it throws up the timing. Obviously, you got Kata, great shot blocker, AJ, crazy wingspan. So using the opposite foot and opposite hand, like the right hand, right foot, throws them off balance, can't let a shot blocker time your shot. So that helped a lot. And then I think here, on this other one with BYU, a lot of times when I feel like someone's pressuring me up so high, I feel like I can use my speed whenever to get to the rim. I think I had another play like this against BYU in the tournament, the conference tournament. But when they're playing me high, I'm using the screen, waiting for him to see which side Bido, I'm sorry if I'm butchering his name, goes. And I see all game, Boop would always peek to look at the screen. So I saw the first time he peeked, and then I'm like, okay, he gonna peek again. Right when he peeked, I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I go, and if I'm moving before him, I feel like my speed's gonna win. I'm getting a spot and then finish at the rim over length.
Oh, that's awesome. And then here, speaking of angles, I actually thought you did a fantastic job on the screen here, navigating this one. Do you remember this play here?
Yeah. This is Arizona State, and they were trying to blue a lot of our, not let us use the ball screen.
First off, why did y'all do my Sun Devils like that? I went to Arizona State. That wasn't very nice, sir.
Trying to win. I forgot the game before. I might have lost to someone the game before this, so we tried to go out. Maybe we played Cincinnati, but we knew they were bluing a lot. I hear. I think it's Diop.
Yep.
I hear him. Yeah, Diop. So I hear him talking, and this is later in the game, I think. Maybe it's first half because we're going up. No, this is second half. So I can hear his coverages, and I know him by now. So once I hear him say it, just trying to get him to jump and create space. JoJo did a great job switching the screen to give me space here. But then I see him, he's dead on his feet. So I'm like, I got to split. He got a little bit of a hand on it, but got to the rim. Got the and one.
Tough finish. You said something really interesting, that you listened to some of the calls earlier. You were able to recognize it.
Yeah. I think in a lot of games, I'm looking at the coach, see what they say. I mean, we had to play against BYU. I think just hearing because coaches are going to talk to the players same way we do. So whenever I can look and just start to learn, patterns and their plays that they run, if there's signals. So I started hearing, especially in the first half, that. So just as the game goes on, when I hear him call it out, I kind of know it's going to go. Because first half, you scout a team, but sometimes they throw a wrench in the game first half. But as the game goes on, they're going to show their true colors. So, just trying to read what they're doing on defense and then trying to get spots and score.
So you had a number of really good individual matchups, right? You and AJ, you and King Wagler. But one of my favorite ones was you and Darius Acuff Jr. during non-conference putting on a show. How fun was that when you guys matched up earlier this season?
I mean, he's a problem. Y'all saw him in the tournament. He's a problem for sure. And I think, honestly, this game, he was killing me for sure. I think this first play, I had misread the call. And when you misread a call in our defense, it's going to mess everything up. So he got middle, got to his right hand. Our real focus in this game was try to push him more left. Obviously, I didn't do a great job with that. E-Man did a better job in the second half, but got to his floater. It's a tough make. So, just playing a dynamic point guard like that who scores, savvy, it was a great opportunity for sure.
So as you mentioned, you guys both had big nights, but you made a play here, and then I even saw you were pretty fired up, turned up. What were some of the emotions there after a play like that?
Yeah, I mean, just, seeing the team, you see Isaiah, he's hyping me up. It's always good when you have a great defensive play. We had a great call, had great back pressure, and I got a tip. So we started going on a run there, so they called a timeout, and you got to get hyped with your team. So, yeah.
What else do you remember about this game and some of the matchups that you had? You guys both took turns scoring on each other, guarding each other. What do you remember about some of these plays here?
Yeah, I think, we both used physicality in a good way. There he said he physical with me, got to his spot, and one. Right here, he slowed me down, got to the right hand. And you see how if I was playing defense, I'm too, my legs weren't wider out. So, watching E-Man play defense where he's lower, you see me here, I'm kind of just on the next one. Kind of bent over, so he's slowing me down, got to the rim. And obviously, any good player is going to make that shot. So here, he used the bump against me. Good job, scored. And then on the next play, I was just bad stance, slowing me down, and got to the rim.
But you had some opportunities where you got traded some buckets with them yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I say it again. I feel like when someone's picking me up that high up, I feel like I got to go to the rim, especially when that close. I feel like I can use my physicality, use my speed to get to the rim. So I feel like a lot of teams, I feel you should just pick me up close to the three-point line. When it's higher up, it's just, you got to either stay in front of me or just beat me to a spot. It's hard with the speed that I have. So,
have you thought about what that might look like with NBA spacing, with NBA-level athletes and shot makers like that?
For sure. There's advantages and disadvantages. Obviously, there's a lot more spacing, but there's going to be 6'8" guys guarding you, crazy athletes. So the athletes always go on the next level. So, I'm for sure it's going to be an adjustment period, just trying to. Anyway, I'll learn in practices. I'll learn who I'm playing against. So as the year goes on, I'll for sure get better and better.
Opportunities like that. What a great pass by JT Toppin to find him. Look at the handle on Flemings. Elevates and hits again. Unstoppable right now.
So Lubbock is one of the toughest places to play. You guys seem to be in a battle with Texas Tech every time you two match up. At this point, you had already beaten the Red Raiders at home. Now it's your turn to go to Lubbock. What do you remember about this game where you had a career high 42 points?
I remember them scoring 60 in the first half. If you just saw that graphic that was on we were allowing 60 a game, second best. So them scoring 60 and a half is crazy. But I just feel like sometimes you can ask any player when they're just feeling it. So this game, I felt early in the game I was kind of feeling it, and then just trying to get to my spots. At a certain point, just trying to read the defense here. Like JT Toppin, I would have did a great job getting back in front, but I always knew he's a quick show, get back guy. So I think Toppin. So later in the game, I think I got him on the quick show. But here, just trying to break him down a little bit, get to my spot off balance. But when you're feeling it, just go in. So yeah.
Let's see what else we got on display here.
Yeah, here's Petty, our eye action. We actually stole this from Texas Tech.
Really?
Yeah, so they used it against us. So obviously we know, since we went over it in practice and everything like that, we know the disadvantages and advantages. So E-Man did a great job getting to his floater. I think here, I know they wanted to keep their matchups, so using the kind of clutter on defense against them, they got 4 guys in the same area. So I know Petty's the one that wants to stay on me. So obviously Joe did a great rub, but Watts is a little bit in the way. So then I'm waiting, and eventually when I see him at his hip, I can use it to get downhill, use my physicality, get to the rim.
At the rebound. Great block out by Tugler on JT Toppin to keep him from getting yet another offensive board. Flemings, what a change of pace. You talk about.
See, oh yeah, this one. We talked about pace, tempo. Remember this one? Where you got in your bag a bit there and finished with the tough jumper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point I kind of had it going. So I think I had just scored the play before. So here, kind of feeling it. I like the slide away. Get downhill. This is also me what I'm trying to work on now, playing lower. Even Petty was a smaller defender, he's a good defender. I'm right there, I'm kind of high up. So if I'm lower there, obviously I used it against him, used it behind, got to my spot, but I was feeling it that game, so getting to the pull-up, that's my best area. So.
Daka switch, Flemings a bounce, Sacco and jam.
Getting to your playmaking now, as a point guard, they always tell you to dribble with your head up, and I think you do a great example showing that right here. What do you remember about this play where you're kind of surveying the floor here and you find your big man streaking down the court for a dime?
Yeah, so obviously when we were playing the game, you know who's going to pick up who. So I'm reading Doc here, and he's like, I see Khalifa behind him now. And he looks at Mercer. He obviously doesn't see, I think this is Inman. who I played in Ianman, I played him in high school. So I see that. That's why I was kind of playing slower. I'm trying to read what he's doing. Khalifa got the ball, got the dunk. So just trying to read the defense, transition.
Obviously, at the next level, you're going to see a lot of pick and rolls, which you do at a really high level. And this was a great example of finding your big roll in with the pocket pass.
Yeah, so we got to the boom, and I talked to Khalifa. Anytime they slide my first screen, immediately go into a read screen. It's hard to slide twice. And so obviously on the first one, I'm a little higher up so they can slide. But if you slide again, I'm going to shoot that. So they can't slide it. They got to go over. And then I'm reading this guy over here. I'm reading DP, and he's not coming in. Obviously, Chase is a shooter, so I can hit Khalifa. Khalifa got the ball, got to a dunk. So.
And then at the next level, you also have to make skip passes, which you've shown to do that at a really high level. How did you develop that part of your game?
I've actually always been pretty good at skip passes. You know, I read the off-ball man. I feel like the easiest part to read is the people that are in front of you. So, voice crack, but people in front of you. So the people on the backside of you who got to read. So I'm reading that a lot of the time, especially when I know I got shooters there. So when I'm running, I'm not really over caring about my man. I'm caring about the opposite side, because a lot of times opposite side is going to tag, especially Arizona. They're reading here. He's shading more to Milos, you know. Like he's in a great position. Obviously, Arizona's a great team, but also I'm looking off Milo, so it took a little long for him to get there. I'm looking at Milos and throwing a chase. So yeah.
If you're going to play for Kelvin Sampson, you have to play some defense. How did your time here at Houston shape the defender that'll be entering into the draft?
Yeah, I think the two things on defense, like defense and rebounding, are all kind of just effort. So like, as the year kind of gone on, just trying to put more effort into it, focus on those things, and I have great instincts with stealing the ball, with everything like that. So steals kind of come natural, but you know, really staying in front and focusing on it, so I can kind of read the defender, read when they're going to pass, because as a point guard, you kind of know how other point guards think. I know off this, since JoJo's on a hard hedge, short roll's going to be the one open. So Los is going to get there, but I get some back pressure, I slow him down, everything like that.
No, it's interesting, because we've talked about your offensive game, we talked about your defensive game, and in both times you mentioned about the mental part of the game. How important is that as a point guard entering the next level?
I think it's most important as a point guard. You know, I think because every single game is going to be different, but as a team comes in with a plan, as the game goes on, the plan kind of withers away, and at that point you kind of just got to read. So you got to know your players, and that's why film matters so much. You know, when players like to reject, when players like to pass, players like to hit the short roll. So, you know, playing off that and just keeping mental notes all game so you can use those in your advantage. And when you kind of know, it's like when you have a cheat sheet to a test, you're obviously going to do better on the test. So when you have a cheat sheet and you know the plays, you know they're going to play defense, you know what's going to come and you're not surprised. So just really focusing on that as the game goes on.
Congrats on a great season, man. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Give me your most memorable, I'm getting cooked by Kelvin Sampson experience.
I feel like I had a few this year. Let me think. Oh, okay. Tech game at home. Tech game at home. Second half, it's like we're about to have a shot clock. I start ball watching the ball. Atwell goes in the corner. I think Watts had the ball driving from the corner to the top of the key. I was ball watching, hit, shot it. I'm going down the court. And if you ever see me during the game, when I make a mistake, I'm always gonna go the opposite side of Coach Sam. I'm gonna give him like a play or two to calm down a little bit, because I'll never go on the same side of him. So as soon as that happened, I'm like, I'm not even gonna, just can't look at him, because I knew I was about to get killed on that one. And then Atwell, I'm just Atwell. I mean, he's a crazy shooter. Me and Chase always talk about that, but the two Atwell plays for sure, I'm like, dang. Especially the one at Tech, we were going, I was in help. He did it. I was like, he's not gonna shoot that. He shot it. I was like, no way. So we were coming back, but those two plays for sure.
Do you remember what Kelvin said to you when you finally got over there to chat with him?
The first game at Tech, I mean, obviously won that game, so I don't think he kind of talked to me after. That was a crazy game.
Yeah.
They were spraying me from threes, and then at Tech, obviously we had lost the game. So I mean, he didn't say too much to just me. It's more of the team. So yeah, that was not a good experience. Especially losing at Tech, could have won that game, but yeah.
Kingston, I'm gonna have you build your perfect point guard. All right. So we're gonna start with size.
Kate Cunningham.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speed.
I can do anyone. I'm gonna say John Wall.
Okay.
John Wall.
Okay. How about bounce?
Right, Dennis Smith Jr.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it's a sneaky one.
A little bit, but I think he got like 2
He did.
ACLs in his knees, so he's crazy. So yeah.
How about quickness?
Quickness.
Now you can't say yourself with one of these.
Quickness. Let me think. That's quick. I'll say De'Aaron Fox.
Okay, I like that one.
Fox.
I like that one. San Antonio De'Aaron Fox or Sacramento De'Aaron Fox? Or just De'Aaron Fox?
I'd just say De'Aaron Fox, but he really started. He's playing more like at his own pace now. So I'd say probably college to Sacramento.
Okay.
De'Aaron Fox. He's
Okay.
moving, man.
How about handle?
Handle. I mean, can't go wrong with Kyrie.
Okay. All right, so how about layup package then?
Okay, layup package around the rim. Tyrese Maxey.
I like that one.
Tyrese Maxey.
Mid-range game.
I'll take myself.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Mid-range.
And then shooting.
I mean, there's only one answer. Come on, Curry.
We would have to say the name, huh?
Curry.
And then clutchness.
Clutchness.
A lot of great.
Clutchness. Let me think. In the game,
got it.
who am I really trying to like do that Dame? Clutchness in the game, who are you trying to give it to? You know, I'll go Dame. I like Dame.
Dame
I like
time.
Dame for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you put that player together. What's their points, rebounds, and assists? What are they averaging there?
I mean, you got Cade on the team. The size, they can score inside out with Curry. Points. What team? It kind of depends on what team they're on. So.
Well, I mean, that guy's gonna run the show. He's gonna have the ball in his hands all the time.
That's true. But the team around him definitely matters. I'd say. What is Luka averaging in the NBA right now?
30 something.
30. Yeah, he's not gonna average that much. I don't think.
Okay, hold on. If he's shooting like Steph, he's got a mid-range game like you.
True.
Layup package. Who do we say for that? Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Handles like Kyrie.
Okay, I'm gonna say he's averaging 31.
Okay.
31.
I feel like you're underselling it, but
7 rebounds.
okay.
11 assists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think Cade's averaging. I didn't say Trae Young anywhere in there. He's a great passer, but Cade's averaging the dumb amount of assists. He's huge, strong. Curry. That's a crazy player. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. That's a crazy player. Yeah.
I like it. I like it. All right, cool.